And actually, I don't even have to jot that one down. Yep, that did happen in Dallas. Now I do kind of remember it. All right, boom. Let's get into it, man. Thank y'all. This is That's My Take podcast. Again, I'm fresh out the shower. Black man sweat a little bit. Fresh out the shower, long day, work. Some of y'all know I am a real estate agent. Again, I won't be talking much about real estate on here. In the state of Alabama, the Montgomery area, if you do need something, you can holler at me. But this is not for that. This here is, like I said, for therapy and for me to be a creative. Um, Matter of fact, how am I sounding? I just got me a mic. I'm getting used to this. I don't know if I should have got the one with the arm. I just knew I wanted a certain mic. My son put me on the brand. He got it himself, so I went with that. If I'm sounding bad, let me know in the comments. If I'm okay, that's cool too. If I'm still talking to myself after like episode 90, I'm still gonna be here for 91. Let's get into it. This is that my that this is That's My Take podcast. I am your host, Nug the narrator. September 6th, 2023 is what I'm seeing on the calculator. And let's get right into it. First up, world news. China bans government workers from using iPhones for work. Um, all I can really say is like China do what they do when they regulate. So I'm not surprised about that. I don't know what's behind it. I didn't do a deep dive into it enough to qualify to give a deep take, but just overall, if you know anything about China or a little bit about China, they regulate like anything. They citizens are highly regulated, so I'm not surprised about it. I don't know much about the reasoning why or what's going on with it, but again, I took my time. I got full page notes typed out. We're gonna have a good show. I'm sorry about the shaky beginning, but again, had a long day. Then my son, he played baseball. He had after school training. Then he had after school bat. After that, he had batting practice with his travel ball team. Right at 5:30, we got there like 5:45. Got him a good hour 15 in with hitting and getting ready. He got a tournament this Sunday, somewhere in Alabama. But yeah, he do his baseball thing. Back to it. August, believe it or not, and this again is coming from sources, second and third party, but August was honestly the hottest month ever on record. And it's been 3 straight months of record temps worldwide as a worldwide temperature thing. This ain't just for Alabama or the South or America or the North American continent. This is a worldwide thing that is literally been the hottest it ever been on record this past August. And shit, my take is I know it's been that hot because I've been in it. I don't work like a blue collar job, so I ain't trying to act like I'm in the sun totally all day, every day, but I'm in the sun. Like I go outside. I don't work from home. I'm not a recluse. So yeah, here I go with again. I apologize. And I can say I did use a lot of last time because I was a little nervous. I'm just not getting back into something that I failed at. Like I scrapped and scrubbed my videos, but I had videos and I ain't really have much traction. And boom, I let it go after like 20 episodes. It might wasn't even 20, but and it was just once a week. So, we go rev it up and we go at it again and we at it again. And I do want to do it live. I don't really want to do edits. Like how I came on, I want y'all to see. All right, I'm literally coming on at 8 just to come on at 8 because I said I'm gonna do this at 8, even though I'm fresh out the shower. Like that's a true statement. Like moving on. Ukraine, the war over there, the tables has turned on Russia as they seek help from North Korea. I got a strong take on this one. Like, I feel like if North Korea get into the mix, World War III is like right around the corner, and like I don't know if that'll be the turn that America might have to take historically. I am a degreed historian, so I am a history buff and had to write a couple of papers to earn that degree and to be called a historian from Huntington College in Montgomery, Alabama, by way of a partial tennis scholarship. I mean, I'm gonna go into who I am as these podcasts go, but the word farmer might come up a lot, and y'all could either believe it or y'all could do some research. But yeah, I'm a former failed rapper. I'm a former okay tennis player, enough to get small schools to look at him, enough to kick anybody ass that's in my age range right now. I'm waiting for somebody that's better than me in this area. I'm good enough to play collegiate tennis. So yeah, formally, and I do play pickleball currently. But enough about me. We're moving on. We're still under world news, but we gonna call this segment. And just like last episode, I can't make this shit up. Like, can't make this shit up news. Like this one here. When I say this one here was shitty, just reading it, I gotta just run it. Like a Delta flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to turn around after a passenger had diarrhea. Officials called it a biohazard issue. Like, I done had diarrhea. Most of my viewers then probably had diarrhea. Like, not the best thing, not the best feeling. And again, tap in with me and remind me if I gotta talk closer to the mic if it's not picking up naturally. And speaking of, that's my third arm. I'm giving myself two more the whole show, and we rock until like 9. So that's it for that little thing right there. I'm looking for the perfect, and not the perfect headphones, but the headphones that I feel comfortable with. And I went to Walmart. I was prepared because I seen them online, the ones I wanted, like $70 Sony's, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't the price more as it's the comfort and the headphones that I want. See, now I'm thinking I should have got the arm so I could have had the mic there, but then sometimes I'm like, the arm don't look, but it's the function of the arm. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, we go through this. We go learn as we go, like anything else. I mean, that's like my MO. If you know me, I'm a chameleon. I adapt to my surroundings, and before long, I'm right there doing what it is as good as the person who been doing it before me, longer than me, better, or right up with them. And that's not just with sports, that's with work, that's with life in general. So the podcast go grow. Don't even worry about it. I forgot to text my brother to tell him I was live. Let me text him right quick. Speaking of my brother, and it might get confusing, I have two brothers, both of them named Paul. I got a brother, Paul, by my dad, who's still living. And I definitely want to get him on because he got a wonderful story. That's all I'm going to say about that. I got another brother named Paul by my mom. He passed away, and you're gonna hear me talk about them because both of them are big influence in my life, and y'all will get to meet my brother Paul that's still with us. And we just got a journey, and I don't want to spill the beans because I think the story is such a nice story that it's gonna be intriguing. And we do talk about life things on here as well. Yes, I've got segments, world news. We about to get into sports again. This will be a very heavy sports show. So if sports not your thing, I apologize, but this particular episode will be very much heavy with sports. With that being said, we talked about the diarrhea, which is very shitty. But with that being said, we're going to move on to sports news. Or shall I do hip hop then sports? Because again, sports is going to be the majority of this. Yeah, we gonna do hip hop, then we go get into sports because I feel like it'll run better in terms of how long sports is and the takes that I have on this, that, and the other. We're gonna save that to next segment. Right now, we gonna move on to hip hop news and entertainment. Let's go. There we go. Can't help myself, y'all. I'm sorry. I do apologize early, but we gonna get them up out of here. We will. I promise you. But on the hip hop and entertainment news, BG of the Hot Boys is now a free man. I spoke on it my first episode a couple days ago that he'll be free in a few days. In those few days, we passed and he's free. He was greeted by his long time, and y'all got to let me get this last wipe in, then I'm gonna be done with the wipe. But again, I got out the shower, black man, be sweating, but I'm good now. But nah, BG was greeted by Baby, and they embraced. I felt like the hug on both sides was genuine. I felt like the hug was a father. Well, I'm gonna say son to father, because BG, that hug there was all that in terms of respect. And I know enough to know about them growing up in New Orleans. No, I don't have a direct story except for me helping to bring BG to a club that is no longer in operation here in Montgomery many, many moons ago. But again, that wasn't neither here nor there. But the story is BG is free. He looked good. I kept hearing him say he ready. I kept hearing him say he won't go to work. I wish nothing but the best for him. But I will say this, and this is just my real takes on what I feel like rap has become in them 12, 13 years that he been gone. Rap not only has become fickle in terms of what they looking for, but it's fickle in terms of these right here. Like, if you ain't got these folks' ears kind of quick, and I say kind of quick, meaning like less than 2 years. And my cousins and them, we talk a lot, which again, mentioning my cousins, I forgot to mention on the first podcast that all of this podcast, the person that I'm making myself be every day, and that just means being better than yesterday. My good, my bad, my ugly, all this is brought to you by the fam. And when I say the fam, the acronym is forever about making money in terms of me as a rapper and my rap history and my rap group. But when I say fam in the acronym forever amongst made men, that is talking about a select group of individuals that help to shape, mold, and raise me, Nug, the person that on this podcast right here today. All this thing right here is brought to you by the fam. I love y'all. We know who we all are. It ain't just about jewelry and a piece and ha ha ha. Like, even this font, these actual letters, this font on this FAMM is unique to us in this thing of ours. And I forgot to mention that on the first show. It wasn't intentional. Again, I was nervous my first show. I mean, hey, first show back after failing. If you're not nervous, you probably don't have no feelings for what you're doing. I'm a human. I'm not a Superman. Like, I never proclaimed to be. But let's get into it. BG Home, Hot Boy Reunion. And I also feel like that first album got to springboard him into the youngsters and the culture that is today's hip hop. That would be my take on BG being released and what he got to do in terms of getting out there. Because believe you me, all that's gonna carry you so far. But this streaming audience we have, this new way of what I call microwave music, like at any second you could boom, get your music out there. like any second. I'm sorry if y'all hear my dogs barking, my girl coming home. Can't do nothing about that. They'll calm down. She know I'm doing my thizzle. And I'm also shoot her a text to remind her that I'm live. But yeah, um, BG, like, he got about 18 months, in my opinion. And I mean, that's just my take on where music at right now. You know how many new artists drop every day? Lil this, initial that. And I know I'm not saying he competing against all those. I'm just saying it was a time when the stage, let's take this as a quick little example, and then I'm gonna let it go and we're gonna move on. It was a time that the stage wasn't as filled with people that either rap, MC, I'm gonna even say hype man, or just a spitter. Whatever you do, that space under the rapper thing has become so crowded. And I feel like there are so many listeners that's listening to so much and so much different music that you got to break through that. And they don't give you much time to do that in terms of rap music. And I'm not talking about ageism, I'm talking about the hits. You know, you got people questioning, well, will the people vibe with his style? I think so. BG is as relevant rapping as any of these other little niggas. Like, I'm sorry. I know some of my audience may not know who the hell I'm talking about, but most of my audience will know who I'm talking about. And if you just sit back and think about how B Jizzle rap, you can't tell me he can't fit in right now. I mean, I'm not trying to knock folks. I don't ever want to be considered the mad rapper because, yes, I'm a former rapper, former MC, former member of a rap group, a rap duet, and a rap clan. Like, lots of fam members that rap under the name. I don't believe in my heart we ever put out an official album, but I know we done mixtapes. And I'm not talking about fam as a duet, because again, I rap with my guy Shotty Balboa for years using the same letters. It was just spun to forever about making money because hey, that's part of it. Like, so when you see anything related to them four letters, that's what I'm talking about. But no, moving on. The Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington, it broke some records over the weekend. The second highest, what they call it when you're getting the money, second highest payout for a Labor Day weekend. So I mean, hey, I gotta check out 3. I definitely remember seeing 1. I did not see 2. And I don't know what it is. Like, I just don't watch too many movies. Like, as a perfect segue, I love sports. So a lot of my stuff is sports related. Hint, hint. That's what we jumping on to next. Well, we do have the Nicki Minaj to release Pink Friday 2. I did see the artwork. I think it's dope. Nicki, she got talent, always had talent. She throw me off with the antics. And I know for some people that turned them on. But if you just spit like I know you can spit, to me, we don't need the antics and it take away from you as a spitter. Like, that's just my opinion. But people say when I rapped, I had a signature ad lib that I kind of might have used too much. But I'm like, it's my ad lib. How can I use it too much? What the fuck is that about? You know what I'm saying? Then my shit sound great. I'm gonna drop it for y'all one day. Like right now, we ain't talking about me as a former rapper. We talking about me as a current podcaster and creator of content. That's what I am currently. Slash, I'm definitely that. So I look for the album to be fire. Nicki, I mean, Nicki's Nicki. Like, Nicki is. And again, it's my take. Nicki is the coldest female rapper currently mainstream. And I know that comes with a lot of asterisks. I know people go say, what's old girl name? Rhapsody. You hear this name, but I mean, I'm in Alabama. I don't really hear her on the radio. And I know you could go to the computer and find these folks. And I've heard Rhapsody. Have nothing against her. I think she could spit too. But to me, my take, Nicki still got the females. Like, that's just, I don't know. Cardi, she a two, but people be making Cardi to be like one A and one B. My take is she a strong two behind Nicki. Nicki got spit. I ain't lying. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But again, don't be afraid to write me a line or let me know where you from, because I do know one thing. I got folks in Hawaii listening. I do know that for a fact. And I know that's an island and it's still America, but to me, that's global. Like, that's past national. Even with one person that I know in Hawaii listening, that make me feel global. And that's just keeping it real. Let me know where you from. I'm gonna shout you out, because this ain't nothing but a thing. Like I say, born and raised in New Orleans, ended up in Montgomery, Alabama, on some small tennis scholarship. And other than that, I got a little boy and I'm raising my son. Straight up. I mean, I'm raising him to be better than me. Straight up. But enough about me. That was more like a pause before I get into this sports segment, because it's gonna be a minute. We talking about sports for a hot one. And coming out the gate, we cannot start talking about sports this week without talking about who? Coach Prime. And I'm going to keep it real. I got my notes right here. Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes upset national champion runner-up TCU 45-42. His son Shador, and I practiced that to make sure I landed it, and I did. So you may not never hear me say two again. And I know he don't even like but to hear two. So with that being said, hey, two played his ass off. 510 passing, 4 touchdowns on 38 of 48 passes. Not an interception on the day. Brilliant game. I'm sorry, brilliant. I mean, top to finish, the game was awesome. The boys was ready to play. I know we've been hearing talks about the defense, and obviously, what's that? 42 points? You can't, even in the pack, what they pack 12, pack 10, I can't keep remembering. I know it's pack something. You cannot win having somebody put that much on. You cannot win. And I'm sorry, I got a text. Some stuff just be, you know what I'm saying, coming through. But I'm gonna be quick. And again, this is another little break. Boom. I apologize, but no. Two was immaculate. Tom Brady could have done well. Speaking of Brady, he been working under the tutelage of Brady. Got an NIL deal with one of Brady companies, and I believe me, being around the great people rub off, and it's easily shown that the dude is it. He's him. He's not a bullshit quarterback that was great in a JUCO or HBCU. No, this is the big boy leagues. And no, it's not the SEC. It's definitely a D1 NCAA FBS school. We all know about Colorado and some of the people they produce. Same school in Boulder. Dude put up numbers. They got Nebraska coming up. They officially ranked 22nd. Prime got them in the top 25. Awesome. The home game against Nebraska this Saturday in Boulder should be some great football. I don't know the time it kick off just offhand, but I could tell you me, I will be watching unless I'm on the road with my son headed to go to Tuscaloosa to go see Texas Bama. And quick segue about that. My son's a huge Alabama football fan. His whole life they've been winning. He's 13, so you do the math. I think they might have got 6 in his lifespan so far. So I get it. I'm an Auburn fan. I came here in '96 in terms of the state, and the whole thing was, pick a school, pick a school. I partied in T Town. I think the ball was called a unit. Wait, what it was? The varsity. I partied in Bama. Um, Now I meant to say Auburn. What we had, and there we go. I'm not gonna keep pointing out the arms, but I'm letting myself know that I gotta take them out. So starting here, if I catch them, I'm gonna put a note right here because I really, if somebody telling me to cut them out, I'm gonna take heed. And I don't really talk with arms. Arms make you feel like you're not confident in what you're talking about. That's not me. I'm confident in what I'm talking about, even when I'm bullshitting. Like that's some true shit. And speaking of this Alabama Texas game, I got a family member that play for Texas, so for me, it's like a killing three birds with two high ass Bama tickets. My boy get to go to a big boy game. Ain't no bigger game. Game day go be in this motherfucker, so ain't no bigger game. And we in there. Um, what else? I get to watch. Well, we get to watch. He haven't met Cuz yet. He get to watch Big B play number 88 on that line at Texas and hopefully slaughter Bama. But again, he's a Bama fan. I ain't going at it like that. And I don't like go against Bama. Let me be real. All right, I do go against Bama. Um, what I gotta say about that is I need to be more objective about Alabama. That's what I need to say about that. Let me answer this text right quick. Boom. All right, my bad again. All right. Colorado, man, look, Hunter, Heisman candidate, and I'm not just saying that off the I seen him play both sides of the ball. I seen that interception. The guy is him, just like Coach say. I say that because if he could play both sides of the ball and literally make impactful plays, how can you not give him the Heisman? Then I look at this quarterback. Obviously, you're not gonna throw for 500 yards every game, but again, over there in that division, they throw a lot, pass happy. So it's not like 350 low threes each game. Not impossible. Like he could have close to 1,000 yards passing going into game 3. I'm not denying that. And if Hunter catching them, his Heisman stock is rising. Shador's, look, I dropped it again and got it right. Shador, listen, I got to do a quick tangent. I've always had a speech impediment. There's certain words I cannot simply pronounce, or words that give me so much trouble that I literally have to think about them and concentrate to get them out. I never went to any speech classes to get it corrected. It then got better over time. It was words like purple and burger that I couldn't even pronounce. Still can't pronounce oil without concentrating. And it's a 3-letter word, but that's some real shit. Um Sad but true. I don't know where I was going with the tangent, but oh yeah, To be able to get Shador right all them times, man, it make an old guy with a speech impediment feel good. And as a side note, fun fact, I got into being rap not only for the pop influence, but the fact that I always thought it'd be cool that a guy with a speech impediment, i.e. Coogee Rap, could actually spit and be good at this shit. Now I know you're probably thinking, this guy talks a lot about rap and all this. Yeah, I'll drop my rap name a couple shows later and all that. I do have stuff online, but to me, I was never successful. So it's a side note in this chapter of what I call life. It's not a big thing per se, but I love spitting, I love rap, I love hip hop, but it didn't love me back in terms of the masses. And there's a couple of factors and things I could have done better, but I was just as good, or if not better, than a lot of your favorite rappers. I'm gonna end the tangent right there and get back to the show. And we still on sports. Alabama again, they playing Texas at home Saturday. Um, it's gonna be a big game. My take is Bama will probably win. I really think they're gonna have some drama, and I really hope it's not an injury type drama, but it's gonna be some drama. But Bama, I think, will win in a close one. But if Bama do happen to lose, I won't cry much. Speaking of crying, LSU got that ass spanked by Florida State, and Auburn will be my first team. LSU will be my second. So obviously, taking this loss here, it kind of sting because of the way they lost. Like I watched the game. Not Bama, sorry. LSU looked very much like they never should have been on the field. And I look in the camera and say that like LSU looked horrible and looked like they never should have even been playing against Florida State that night. For real. I don't know. They got to get it together. I know next week in Death Valley they got Grambling, so that's a good one to bounce back to. But man, LSU get it together. Like my Auburn Tigers, they got to go out to Cali. They got Cal, and we'll see what happens. If the running game travel to the West Coast, we'll be all right. And mark my words on that one. That's what I feel like. If Cal can't stop the run game that I just saw, and I know that was against UMass, who I know everybody like, that's UMass. Cal's a little bit, well, you don't have the beast. Beast mode is not coming through the doors. He left Cal, went to Buffalo, then he went to Seattle. I don't think he's going back to college. So you ain't got beast mode. I feel like Auburn Tigers should walk away with a victory. That's my take on that one. Moving on. And this here kind of could get us back to my origins and my origin story in terms of Alabama tennis. The U.S. Open. Listen, I think I spoke on last show seeing Venus play possibly her last U.S. Open. I think she's 43, if I remember correctly. I've been watching some good tennis, man. Like Coco Golf, she 19 and she has advanced to the semis, and that was in easy fashion at the U.S. Open. Speaking of easy fashion, Ben Shelton, he 20. He beat Tiafo Big Four ass to sleep. Can't lie. He advanced to the semis. Youngest to ever do it, one of the youngest to ever advance at that age. But he's going against Djokovic, the Joker. So other than that, hey, what can we say? What can we say? I hope he come. keep that big 148, 147 serve coming. Because Djokovic, hey, that guy is nasty on the tennis court. I watched him earlier. Was it earlier? I think it was earlier. This man was methodical how he was doing this thing. Like seriously, like I cannot lie. Like it might be where as far as the youngster go, and he's good. And he a lefty. I'm a lefty. But I think Djokovic is just a little bit too much for him. So that's just my take on that. Moving on, the NFL tomorrow night. No more preseason and scrimmage, and I could breathe. Tomorrow, NFL is back. Thursday night, listen, Chiefs versus Lions. I'm dialed in. I don't have a clue who go win. I'm just ready to see some real meaningful football for real, for real, for real. Chiefs, on a bad note, Travis Kelsey hyperextended his knee. It is unknown if he'll play in the season opener. So not only is Chris Jones holding out, they may not have Patrick Mahomes' biggest weapon since he came into the league. Like, I don't know. Chiefs, you got you got a lot on your plate with the Lions that I saw from last year. If Jared Goff playing anything like he played last year in this first game, yeah, y'all better come to play football. The Lions go upset y'all because I don't know the lines and stuff off top, and I've been debating on if I was going to do a little segment in terms of lines and wages and what, but I don't know. I mean, I gamble. I don't know if everybody gamble or even care to see how much money I lose gambling. Nah, you gotta laugh at shit though. But I mean, I like the sports bet. I don't bet NFL until week 2. In college, this would be my first wager, and I'm gonna get off air, work out some kinks, see what I like, see what I dislike about the show, and I see my partner, the Star Report. He gone live, and please check him out. Believe me, very knowledgeable. The guy is he truly got the blueprint of how this podcast shit need to be, because that's why you don't see much in my background, plain background. All I want to do is give me a showrunner. Once I give me a little showrunner down, what this is down there, with my little do, or a little something up top, I'm gonna be happy. I already know the blueprint is simpler the better. Like all that extra shit, all that. Nah, if these folks rock with you and they like what you doing, hey, it's only so much news and headlines and all this. We all talking about the same shit. What makes somebody want to plug into me? Well, it's got to be a reason, and that's the whole thing. What makes somebody want to cut me off? It's got to be a reason. I don't know. Like, I think being a podcaster is not as easy as people might think, but I know it's something I could do, and I enjoy doing it, so I'm gonna do it. Where are we? Woo! I had to take a sip before I even bring this one out. Nick Bosa and the 49ers agreed to a 5-year, $170 million extension, making old Nick Bosa the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, with 122 and a half of them M's guaranteed. The players do win sometime, because it's a lot of Nick Bosa jerseys being signed and shipped and sold, and he ain't getting a penny of that. But yeah, them 122.5 guaranteed, that'll make up for that. Because don't ever think this isn't a business. It's a business 24/7. And they selling jerseys 365. Pay the man. Great. I love to see players get paid. do your contract. I hope he live up to everything and play it out. That's just my thing on that. That's my whole take on that. My Saints, we got the Titans. I'm in a wait and see mode with the Saints. I'm not a fan of our general manager, our front office, the coach. The coach, he's either here nor there to me. I'm a big fan of our players and our personnel, but I don't know. I really gotta I'm on a wait and see type thing with this fucking season, just like last year, and I called it like lackluster, lukewarm, with all that fucking potential. We don't fucking even go to the playoffs. Like whack shit like that, man. What my partner say, hold on, let me see. I got some interaction. My bad. Let me look. I'm new at this shit. Okay. Geo Dixon. Geo Dixon TV. I fucking appreciate it, my dog. I love Colorado. Let's go Jets. We know you're a Jet fan. You kicked my ass on Xbox. We need to get back. Now it's football season. I won't play the Xbox now, bro. We need to get a game in. And also, listen, real shit. I'm talking to you, Geo. I would love to have you as a call in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just once a week. I do this twice a week, but I wouldn't mind you being a regular call in. Know what I'm saying? Because I do want to get that popping. So let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Like nothing heavy, as you can see, man. Listen, I'm damn near done, and I'm at 43 minutes on the air. It feels good, bro. Like I know I could do a little more if I had a little interaction type shit. But moving on, my Raiders, they play the Broncos. I'm mad Sean Payton got my damn Broncos, got my coach. And my Ravens, they play the Texans at home. I know you heard me say my 3 times. Well, look, fuck. Them the 3 teams I fuck with. Saints, Raiders, Ravens. That's it. I can watch any game, but the teams that I want to see go to the Super Bowl are Saints, Raiders, Ravens. In that order. That's my fucking teams. So you're going to hear a lot of coverage about them. You're going to hear a lot of coverage about LSU. You're going to hear a lot of coverage about Auburn until y'all start fucking with me and tell me what y'all takes are and what y'all want to discuss. Because the shit in the news, we all podcasters discussing the same shit. I want to know what y'all want me to discuss with y'all as we doing this shit. And yes, we cuss on here. I mean, I made this age restricted. Don't be surprised if the F-bomb drop. This ain't that podcast. That's my take motherfucking podcast. All right. That wraps up the sports segment. Yeah, I guess it wasn't really that bad. I mean, it could have been worse. Let me make sure checking my notes here. I don't want to shortchange y'all. Shit. We hit the hip hop. We hit sports. Talked about diarrhea. Can't make this shit up. Literally news. All right, man. We rounding out. On the entertainment. Well, yeah, I have a question mark by that. I don't even fuck that. All right. Right now we coming to the segment which is called This Day in History. I was kind of rushing, not rushing, but rushing to get on time, and I forgot that I didn't do it. So I'm gonna give y'all 2 This Day in Histories. Well, before I do that, I also got to shout out New Beginnings Barbershop. New Beginnings Barbershop number 2. My partner got 3 locations. Location number 2 for getting me right last minute. CJ, my barber, other barbers, Big D, my partner Forbes, and the owner, and the homegirl Novella, and the owner L. They'll get y'all right if y'all in the area and need y'all cuts. Like, for real. They got me right. Like, woom. Like, big up, man. Forbes, I need you to come on the show as well. My partner Forbes in the barbershop, not only cutting, but a huge sports fan and from Colorado. So I definitely won't get his takes on a lot of the Colorado Broncos stuff this season. So again, I plan on not only plan on, I will be in another location to do this podcast thing. Even though you could do it from home, I want to do it from another location. And since we found some space that's working for our budget, we'll be getting all that straight in terms of moving. And I would love to have a guest every now and then come on, do this thing alongside and not just, you know what I'm saying, me, but us contributing to the show and whatever the topic is. But yeah, this day in history. In 1915, September 6th, the first tank was produced. And I'm talking about the tank. Like, tanks have changed warfare. That's 1915. The first one was produced. Like, to me, that's kind of big. You know, some people might be like, a tank, whatever, Nah, tanks changed the way wars were lost and won. You feel me? Like, that's kind of big to me. And also, I told y'all I was giving y'all two. The second one is kind of heartfelt, but on September 6th, 2018, an off-duty police officer fatally shoots an unarmed black man in the victim's own apartment. Returning to an apartment complex in Dallas, Texas, I won't name her name, entered the apartment, I won't name his name, believing this was her apartment. The apartment door was ajar. She later testified, and when she entered, she found a man inside. Well, it was his fucking apartment. She fired her weapon, killing him. She was not arrested until 3 days later and was originally charged with manslaughter, which caused anger to the public, which she was eventually charged with what she should have been charged with, which is murder. The police officer claimed that exhaustion after a 13-hour shift caused her to mistakenly climb an extra flight of stairs and into the wrong apartment, where she became frightened when she saw the silhouette of what she believed to be a burglar in what she believed to be her own home. She also claimed that told him to raise his hands and that he began to move towards her before she shot him in the chest. Well, of course, this man is wondering who's in his house. Of course, he's going towards her, like any other home occupant. Prosecutors, however, argue that the police officer could hardly have confused a different door with a different doormat on a different level of a complex of her own, unless you really fucked up. Like, I don't know, maybe your blood toxicity was kind of off because exhaustion my ass. You're that exhausted, you climbed 3 flights instead of 2. Nah, you're bullshitting and you killed that man. But that happened on this day in history, and that was again in 2018. Sad but true, man. Sad but true. That's gonna be my thing. Like, if I could get to my notes and type them out after the show, we trashing them and we gonna ball them up. I want to thank y'all. Listen, I like doing this shit. Like, seriously, like, yeah, I'm asking for donations because I feel like it's work. And I feel like, hey, if you doing something and you doing it well, you should be compensated. So I'll let the masses dictate that. All pliable info is in the description. I want to thank y'all. God bless all my new subscribers, all my day one subscribers, all my people that took the time, even though it's what, 3, 4, 5 people live right now, took the time to come holler at me. Thank you. We will be back. And again, I've been going back and forth about should I put music or should I not? Listen, I got too much music to not play some of this shit. So at the end, I'm doing my theme music until I feel like one of them is the one we gonna go with. I'm gonna just keep running them, or y'all tell me. But tonight, we gonna lead the show with a song, and we just go see. I'm gonna go down the list because I ain't trying to hold up nobody's time. Let me make sure I got my speaker ready. Make sure I got my speaker ready. And again, we're gonna be bootleg for a while. We're gonna be bootleg for a while, but we're gonna be real every time though. We're gonna be real every time though, and that's some true shit. Okay, that's the wrong. I was like, where all the music at? Boom. Here we go. One of my son favorites. We're gonna run this one. And again, thank y'all for coming. We just gonna run the first verse and the hook. Y'all have a good one, man. I can get enough. Going at the bottom, babe. I can get enough. I'm going at the bottom, babe. I think I'm in love. Going at the bottom, babe. I can get enough. I'm going at the bottom, babe. I can get enough. Half my life, lean in that Sprite. Might just pour it straight. Buy by the case. Sips in my jug, flavored up like what? Sips in my jug, flavored up like what? Got the seal, you feel me? Might drink all day, catch plays, you feel me? I think I'm in love with the 16. If you sip lean, you know what I mean. I backed up off it, now I'm back up on it. Them rats back on me, got that strap back on me. I can't get enough, so jungle, that's what's up. Pull up another cup, roll up another blunt. I can't get enough. Going at the bottom, babe. Again, thank y'all. It's been a pleasure. Nug the narrator. I'll see y'all in a couple of days. Be blessed.